Okay, so good evening everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. I know that everyone is busy with your personal lives, your work, but thank you for allocating your time. So my name is HAMIZAH and I'm the project manager for this EduCamp. So can I please ask everyone to introduce yourself?
Alright, I am HAFIZZI, treasurer for this event.
Okay, hi, I am IZALEA, so I will be the secretary for this event.
Hello, I am Zul, and I'll be explaining everything regarding the ceremony and protocol things.
And I am SAYUTHI and SABTUAHIM, and I will be handling the welfare department for this event.
Okay, thank you. So we shall now begin the meeting. So in this meeting we have 4 agendas, which are, the first agenda is grouping during registration, the second is flow of events, the third agenda is the EduCamp fees, and the last agenda is allocating the parents. So we're going to start with the first agenda, which is should be explained by the ceremony and protocol department. So can you please elaborate a little bit about the grouping during registration?
Alright, for information, there will be 2 sessions, which is the morning session and Saturday session, in Saturday and Sunday. And once the student arrive at the Chancellor Hall, they will provide it with a tag which contain an alphabet, and then after that they will be distributed on each island.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but does that mean that there will be facilitator that will escort the students to go to their respective seats?
Yes, sure. There will be, my committee will handle the applicant, which they will what's the word?
Escort.
Yeah, they will escort the applicant to the seat.
I am sorry for interrupting. For the committee in the CMP department, will their welfare be handled by our department or will they be supervised by only you?
I think that your department can contribute in that method.
I see. Thank you. I strongly agree with your decision.
Thank you.
Okay, so is there any more suggestions that you'd like to do? How about for you, Mr. Hafizzi?
I don't have any question, but I want to ask how many committees do you have for the event?
Right now I have, for my department, I have around 20 committees, but I'm waiting for another new committee to come, which I expect around 30 committee in my department, so that I can handle the applicants smoothly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Zul, for the wonderful elaboration. So for the second agenda, this is about the flow of events. So can you please explain?
Alright, once the students have settled down at their respective seat, there will be a short brief by Mr. Aziz, which is from Foundation Department, that will explain regarding the foundation system, which is the period of the foundation years, and the subject that will be taken by each students, which is different based on their courses, which is engineering one and the business one.
I have one question. So, will there be other briefing sessions regarding the EduCamp?
For the information that I have now, there will be no other briefing since it is just an EduCamp. Other briefing will be provided once the student already passed the EduCamp.
Thank you.
I would like to add to the briefing session. Apart from the briefing by Mr. Yazid from the Foundation Department, my department will be providing a health and safety and along the environment video on the Chancellor Hall safety issues. And that is all for me. Thank you.
Mr. Hafizzi, could you please shed some light if there is explanation in the students' fees?
Oh, yeah, sure. About the briefing about the tuition fees, it will be a briefing by Encik Kamarul, which will brief about how much the fees on how the method of payment and the minimum payment for student to enter final examination.
Thank you. Is there any more suggestions or questions?
I would like to suggest, before the briefing session will be started, can I suggest that there will be a small introduction among the foundation lecturers so that the applicants that will then be the students of UTP will get to know more about the lectures and also what kind of subjects that they were going to teach about. So that will be my suggestions.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I understand your point, but I think it would be difficult for lecturers for us to invite and ensure that all the lecturers will be joining this
EduCamp.
Yeah, EduCamp.
That's a good idea.
So how would you explain more about your recommendations?
I preferably for the introduction of the lecturers, it's because that some students will need to know more about certain subjects that they were going to attend, so that is why I suggest the introduction. But with the explanation has been given by Mr. HAFIZZI, I think it's better to remove the suggestion, as it will be time consuming and also not all lecturers will be attending the EduCamp. So far I think that will be a better suggestion for that.
Okay, thank you. So can we proceed to the third agenda, which is about the EduCamp fees. So Mr. HAFIZZI, has all the applicants paid their fees?
For now, from 900 of applicants, 750 of them have paid of amount 50 ringgit for the registration fees. So 50 ringgit is for Cambridge IQ test, the lanyard which will the tab for the alphabet like Mr. Zul said just now, and then foods. So the remaining 150 of applicants that do not pay for the EduCamp. So I need some suggestion for this remaining.
So is there any suggestions?
From the welfare department, there will be no suggestion, but I would like to add more information, or should I say ask more general question. For the international applicant, how will they pay their fees? Will it be on the exact equal amount of ringgit Malaysia, or will it be different? And who will be handling their fees?
Alright, I understand your question. Okay, for international students, they will pay more compared to local applicants. This is because our currency and their currency is different, so we have to balance the currency. So they need to pay more, and also to increase the income.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Haiti. Mr. HAFIZZI, can I give a few suggestions on your first method, which is for the 150 students who have not yet paid? How about you send an email reminding them about the payment, and you can make a suggestions to them also, that if they are not interested, they can reply to the email saying they are not interested, so we can know the exact numbers of applicants that will be coming. So I think it will be easier to allocate the students to where all their seats are.
Alright, that is a good idea. Thank you, Miss HAMIZAH.
Okay. Also, I need to adding to what you have suggested. Probably instead of just sending an email to the students, you can also email to their parents as well, so that they are being aware of what payment that should need to be paid before the education has started.
Alright, but we have problem. We don't have their parents email actually. So I think your idea cannot be success. Thank you for suggesting the idea.
Okay, thank you. So is there any more suggestions and questions?
I have a question for you, Mr. HAFIZZI. Will there be any walk-in payment for those who haven't paid yet?
No.
No.
This is because whoever want to join the EduCamp must pay through online banking or any cash transfer before they come to the EduCamp session.
And adding to that suggestion, that will be probably properly advised by me, because the welfare department will be handling the students or applicants well, should they be an exact amount instead of walk-ins.
Okay, thank you. I feel that is a good idea. So this is for our last agenda. So welfare department. So how are you going to allocate the parents during the briefing session and during the applicants are doing their tests?
Alright, I understand your question quite fairly. Before the starting of the event, there will be a registration for these applicants, and once that is done, the applicants along with their family members will be ushered into the Chancellor Hall, and for the students they will be allocated in the upper aisle, and for the parents or family members they will be seated on the lower aisle. And that is all for your question. Are there any more questions for
How about during the test?
during the test?
Yeah.
Oh, I will add to that later, but before that I would like to emphasize on in the period of the event, which is 2 days. Along these 2 days, there will be two sessions, which is the morning and evening sessions. And these sessions will be handled similarly, just as CNP department has suggested, but for the regions of east of Malaysia, which is the Sabah and Sarawak, the two countries will be also their protocol and ceremony will be aligned with the peninsula as well. So there will be no difference in both regions.
I'm sorry, but can you clarify it further? I could not understand what you're trying to say.
Oh, okay, I see. So for both of the regions, which is the peninsula and the Borneans, there will be a protocol which is arranged by Mr. Zul's department, and for both the regions they will be experiencing the same exact ceremony and protocol for those 2 days. So that is it. And regarding the
It's okay.
okay, regarding to your earlier question, once the briefing from the Chancellor Hall is all done, the welfare department will then bring or create a tour guide for the parents around UTP by using a bus, and we will be showing the parents or the family members the significant structures of UTP, which are the library, IRC, the learning blocks, along with the residential village as well.
Excuse me, but can I know how do you segregate between the applicants for the Saturday session and also for the Sunday session?
Oh, okay. Great question. For the weekends in Malaysia, there will be a difference between the east of Peninsula and the west of Peninsula. And for the east, such as the Kedah, Kelantan, along with Johor, their weekends will be on Friday and Saturday. That means for applicants from that states will be allocated on the Saturday session, while others such as other regions such as Kuala Lumpur and Perak itself, along with Sabah and Sarawak, they will be attending the event on both Saturday and Sunday. On just Sunday. But to clarify my statement again, the region Sabah and Sarawak will be experiencing both Saturday and Sunday.
Is there any more questions?
Adding to the question that you asked to welfare department, the educam session will took around 3 hours, and the 3 hours, and during the 3 hours, the parent will be taken for a tour.
Yes.
And I think the idea of taking the parents to the tour is the good idea for the parents.
Okay.
So you are suggesting that the welfare department is allowed to take the time, and by executing the bus tour guide, will it not affect the CNP of the event?
No, because we'll be handling the applicants, not the parents. The parents will be handled by your department.
True.
But can I ask, is it our bus sufficient to carry all parents to take a tour?
That question is depending on how are we going to book our bus, because not only we are using the UTP bus, we are also using the bus from outside should the parents or the family members be exceeding the exact amount. And from that we will need clear information from Mr. Hafizzi about the amount of the students along with their family members, and regarding the fees of the bus, we will need an extra fee from the treasurer.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. So, Mr. Hafizzi, can you please send an email to the applicants for RSVP from them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do you have anything to add?
For the bus, I think we should, for now, we have about 3 bus UTP provide for us, and then I think we should add another 2 more bus for the parents. So that is the most budget I can give to welfare department for the bus.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, is there any more questions or suggestions?
I have some suggestions. For the bus tour, I think that not all parents are going to take a tour, since that some of the parents are quite old and have no ability to walk many much. So for those parents which don't want to take the tour bus, they can have a tea break, which will be provided by the food and beverage department.
That's a great idea. It's good.
So we can save more on the bus budget on the bus.
Okay.
True.
Okay. So, any more to add to our meeting?
I think that's all from my side.
Okay, so I understand that this is a challenging task, but let's work together and go for it. So we have come to the end of the meeting, so I hope everyone can give your full cooperation until the end of the event. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.